Ramaswamy. Everyone was like in shock.
I think that he was. They said they were going to drug him. Potentially, that was a joke. The reality is, it's as though they lobotomized.
Okay, great. Thank you.
The sad truth is, this is a national security threat to the United States of America. To have a president of the United States that is this far removed from reality, I think is a threat to our country. And when you tie together the records of Trump versus Biden, it wasn't just the record and the words. Americans could see it in their own eyes that this is not a president who is actually with them. It was sad. It made me sad. It was uncomfortable to watch, actually. At the end of the day, you have a president who many Americans don't love this president. I worry this president has family members who don't love him. Because any loving family member would not put a man like this through the hell that they're actually putting him through. The only times he came alive, Joe Biden did during the night, the only times he had even a spark of life to him was when he's talking about January 6th, was when he's talking about Trump's convictions. He doesn't actually give a damn about the issues that affect Americans. He only gives a damn about the issues that try to actually dunk on Trump. And I think it's a great thing that, you know what, President Biden came across as the guy who is the mean guy in the room. See, people talk about President Trump and his social media tweets and the things that they might find mean about them. I actually think President Biden came across as the more begrudged gentleman in the room tonight.
Donald Trump was not
answering questions that he was
Do you think
asked.
there might be calls amongst Democrats, I know you're not a Democrat, to replace him?
But the fact of the matter is this man cannot continue as maybe even make it to the end of this term as the President of the United States. I have deep concerns for our own country, even for the next 6 months with this man in charge. When you think about the greatest threats that we have faced in our lifetime to the homeland of the United States of America, and that this is the man who's the commander-in-chief supposedly making those decisions, that should be frightening to every American. And I do think that we are due for a Democratic Party that has a reckoning ahead of it to say that if this man is the best they could put up, that says everything you need to know about the modern Democratic Party.
Vivek, do you
And I
think
think
that
Trump came out unambiguously to
Do
win.
you think that
replace-
Trump won this debate tonight? Do you
I-
think do you think he performed how he went out there and did his job and convinced those undecided voters, including the 8% here in Georgia, that he is the guy for the job?
I think he did. He exceeded my already high expectations. He hands down won this debate. And the reason why is not only did Trump win it, but Biden lost it. Both those happened at the same time. Did he convince independents tonight? I think he actually did. The moments where he talked about, you know what my vengeance and retribution will be? It will actually be success in this country. People saw, they tried to bait him into it. He stayed on his policy record, and I thought it was a beautiful thing. At the same time, he didn't compromise on his principles. They tried to get him to talk about climate change. Well, you know what he said? I care about clean air. I care about clean water. That's not something that you usually hear from Republican candidates. It's not something that the media usually ascribes to Donald Trump. And so I thought he had a chance to show a side of him that independents haven't seen so far. And I think that he not only hands down won the debate, and not only is a better golfer apparently, but he's apparently a better debater. It's not even about who wins the debates, who wins the voters coming out of it. And I think the voters had the chance to see a brighter side of President Trump than they're usually able to see through the media. And I think voters also saw a truly mean and kind of vindictive side of Joe Biden in the few moments where he did have some life springing into him. That's what I believe we saw tonight.
What do you think were the best parts from Trump and what were the worst parts?